No. Good idea. Should have put some. Oh, if it's negative, it turns into a positive. That's right. That's how you do it. Absolute value is the distance from zero. Okay, Matt, Joey, Jens, put your toys away.
I don't have anything.
You're not Joey or Jens or Matt. Oh, I have that Matt. Sorry. Okay, guys, can you think of situations where you want the absolute value rather than the signed number? Like today's temperature was warm. Today was 20, but last week, it was 20 when I came in, but last week it was negative 10, right? Okay, you guys. Luke, have a seat, please. No, have a seat. Well, you don't need it for now, because I've got everything on paper. So you're in luck. Okay, guys. Now, does it make a difference if I say it's negative 10 or positive 10? Yes, that sign makes a difference. But what if I'm 20 miles from Minneapolis? Does it matter? That's the band room. It's either 20 miles, east or 20 miles west. It doesn't really make a difference if I want to know how far I have to travel. Okay, Jens? So the sign doesn't matter if I just want how far away I am from someplace. You can't say I'm negative 20 from Minneapolis because that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the situations, temperatures, we need it. We need the sign. Okay, we don't need the sign when we're talking about distances. Yeah, don't do that. Oops. The symbol is this, looks like bars. And I like to think of, if you're an absolute value, you're in jail. So if you come out of jail, distance, we need the sign. Distance, we don't need the sign. We only care about how far. No sign. So if you're in absolute value, you're like in jail. The only way to get out of jail is to become positive, if that helps you remember. Absolute value really gets rid of the sign. So if you have the absolute value of negative 3, what is that?
3.
Because you are 3 units from the origin, or 3 units from 0.
Negative is positive.
No. What's the absolute value of positive 3?
3.
It's still 3. Well, we need it. There's times when we're going to need it. Both of these numbers are 3 units away from 0.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm trying to do is find out how far it is. Okay, we have properties of absolute value. Okay, Jens? Put that away, please. We're not. Yeah, you're not listening either. These properties, if I have the absolute value of A times the absolute value of B, then I can rewrite that as the absolute value of AB. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, put it down, put it away. We're not doing that. We're doing this. Okay, Jens, put your iPad away. Guys, you had a whole week off last week, plus all weekend.
No, we can't.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Oh, we're at school, though.
I don't know. We're going to find out here in a second. Now, if I have division, I can divide absolute values and write it as one absolute value. But can I do this? An absolute value of negative 2 plus 3. Joey, is that equal to this?
No.
Well, let's find out. Okay, Matt? No. I do want you. What's a negative 2 plus 3?
1.
So it's the absolute value of 1. Is that equal to, what's the absolute value of negative 2? 2.
That's not equal.
Absolute value of 3 is 3. Are those equal? Joey? Joey? Are those equal? No. So I can't distribute over a sum. I can over multiplication and division. No.
Yeah, we did, actually.
Nope, I didn't teach absolute value last
Well, no,
semester.
it's like last year.
You probably last year. Jans, what's the absolute value of 3? What's the absolute value of negative 3? Now we treat the absolute value like it's a parentheses, because it basically is. So if you have something to do inside the parentheses, you need to actually do that operation. Okay, Joey? Jens? Jens, you need to sit up here?
No.
What's this going to give us, Jens?
1.
It's the absolute value of 1, which is just 1. If you make mistakes, it's going to make you go back and show the work. Like this one, I probably have to do a little work here.
3 times.
Now, you do the absolute value like it's a parentheses.
Okay, good.
So it's 3 times, what's the absolute value of negative 2? China, what's the absolute value of negative 2? I don't even know what your name is anymore. What's the absolute value of negative 2? It's 2. Now you just follow order of operations. Chris, what's 3 times 2? Plus 3 is? So 9, 6, and can we reduce that? What'd you say, Joey?
We can fractions.
Well, we get a fraction. We sometimes get fractions. What goes into 9 and 6? 3. 9 divided by 3 is? Girls? 3 halves. I honestly don't care if you make that 1 1/2 or you leave it 3 halves.
Wait. Can you leave it 9, 6?
No, you should reduce it. It's okay. It's not hard to reduce. We don't run into any fractions on the worksheet. What about this one? Yeah, you be careful with this because it's kind of deceiving to me. It's negative 2, absolute value of negative 4 plus 6. Subtract 5. You treat it just like there's a parentheses. You do what's inside. Hey, Chris, what happens to this? I don't know if it's what it is. Why would it be 9? Joy, why'd you say? First, you do what's in the parentheses. What is this going to give us? 6 minus 4 is a 2. It's absolute value of 2, but that's just 2, so who cares? So what's this end up giving you? Negative 4 from the first ones, minus 5 is a negative 9. Okay, there's 2 parts to this lesson. Tomorrow we will do more of the second part of this lesson. And then there's a third day, which we'll get to the last example. I don't know if we want to do it today or not. I did do something like that in the other class because they all wanted to say, well, you get plus or minus. No, you don't. We have to remember what it means to solve. Now, anybody who was in my class last semester should know what it means to solve.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do you?
I forgot.
What is it?
It's when you like.
Matt, Chris, put that away, please. What does it mean to solve? Kate, you remember? No?
Answer the question.
Good, you're getting closer. Answering the question, Joey. Question is, I want to solve that. What do I want to find?
Answer.
What'd you say?
The X value.
That does what? I want to find the number or numbers, because there may be more than one. In this case, Matt, please don't talk, that make the sentence true. I'll get out of the way. You should remember that from last semester, because if you know what solve means, then you can solve an absolute value equation. Okay, Chris, do you remember how to solve that?
Yeah.
What numbers make that true? The absolute value of what?
-4.
So what you can put in here is x could be positive 4 or it could be negative 4. Notice there are 2 answers.
You always have
You have to give all the answers that make the sentence
to
true.
make these squiggles.
Okay, girls. I'm almost done teaching.
I already know how to do it.
Good. How do we do the next one?
Okay, the next one. 2 divided by 12.
No, divide by what? 2.
Divide by 2 on both sides.
Absolute value of x is 6. What's 6 equal to? What's x equal to? Sorry. Put that wrong. 6. Is there another one that makes it true? Okay, Jen's up here.
Finish.
I don't care. Up here.
Oh.
Jen's, you're distracting me and I'm trying to do a lesson. Or Joey's going to move? Good. Jen's, what's the other answer? 6 or Negative 6. Can you just put plus or minus in front of the 12?
Yes.
No.
I mean, no, sorry.
No, you think you can. Okay, guys, take your conversation out in the hall. We're not doing that right now. And then we're going to take a test. We're going to finish the test if you need to. How about that one? How do we solve that? Pretend it says this, Joey. Pretend it says this. What would you do to solve this one?
Add 4.
So guess what? We're going to add 4. You want to isolate the absolute value. So then I get negative 3 times the absolute value of my number equals, what's negative 7 plus 4? Cole, what's that? What is this? Negative 7 plus 4. Negative 3. And then what do we do? What do you think? Matt, what do you think? It's just times. What's the opposite of multiplying by negative 3? Divide by negative 3. You isolate the absolute value. So I get the absolute value of x is equal to what number? 1. What numbers make this true? That's right. Okay? Now the problem is, if you guys want to make this plus or minus, you can't. These turned out to be opposites because of the nature of the problem. But we're going to get to harder problems. DeMonte? Yeah, after I'm done with this problem. What makes this equation true? Okay, this was a question on Jeopardy. I think it might have had a -2 or something like that. Well, it wasn't this exact question, but it was the same kind of question. And they said, one of the answers is 3. What's the other answer? And they couldn't do it. I should have written it down. Well, what can you put in here? What can you put in there to make that sentence true? What goes in absolute value? 5 or negative 5. Chris, have a seat, please. X plus 2 is 5, or x plus 2 is negative 5. So whatever's in there is either 5 or negative 5. And then you solve. Some of you think you're going to get a plus or minus answer here. No, you're not. If I subtract 2, and Matt was with me on that, x is equal to 3. That, if I put 3 in there, it makes it true. What if I solve this one and subtract 2? I'm not going to get negative 3, am I? What's x equal to? What's 5 and 2? Negative 7. And you can always check by substituting back in there. Well, that's the problem that the participants couldn't do. I think the questions on Jeopardy are really hard, but the math questions are really easy.
You're a math teacher, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but all the facts you have to know on Jeopardy are amazing. I mean, I don't even hear some of the places. Like the capital of the last, it's a country that doesn't exist anymore, but was part of the Soviet Union. And it's alphabetical. It's like, it starts with Y. I can't even remember the name of it. I never heard of it before that. Why would you know that? I don't know. But this is easy. Because once I know what solve means, I can do it. Okay. I don't know how they do it. Yep. Okay, that's it. Some of you need more time to finish your tests, which is okay. Yes? I'll have to do it this way. Not getting it to come up. And I'll give you the worksheet.